You know, some days are better than others. Microphone died. U.S. Postal Service could not deliver package. So we're doing this video a little bit out of order. As you can see, things around me have changed. I'm in the middle of attempting to shoot a video, which I wasn't able to finish due to some issues today. So I'd like to address one or two, maybe 3 or 4 of the ongoing comments that have continued to come up. Now, I have learning disabilities. I had a very hard time in school. I actually failed English class twice in college, and I only passed my 3rd year out of the fact I'm pretty sure that she just felt sorry for me and gave me a passing grade. So when I get somebody that writes me in a really good comment, I like to go and use it. And so I've asked that Mr. John P. Maltree allow me to use his comments that were left on my video, and he graciously said yes. So, Mr. John P. Maltree, would it have been easier just to put a flat sheet across the back than trying to line up the cut-off rear to the front half? That way, you wouldn't have had a hard time trying to get it all to fit. My response to him, I think it will be a good video on this. Why I did not do that, long story short, I live in a state with inspection laws that I have to go by. Now, he continues to comment on, and we'll get back to his comment in just a sec. But let's follow up with that. Maine is one of few states that are left that have an inspection law that is required. The inspection law booklet, if you want to call it a booklet, is a 231-page PDF file that I will post a link to down below. Now, in this build, I have to be careful that I state that it is a custom vehicle I am having inspected and not a hot rod. A hot rod and a custom vehicle in the state of Maine are very different. So, on page 63, the custom vehicle law begins. Now, the problem with the state of Maine is that a lot of it is opinion, and a lot of it is how they view the way the law is written. So, what I did with this project was I went down and I had a conversation with my local inspection station, of which I have worked with and used for over 25 years at this point, 23 years, something around there. So, with that being said, I talked about the idea of doing a flat wall. I talked with them about the idea of just cutting it straight off and putting up a panel, fiberglassing over that panel, and calling it good. The problem is, in the custom vehicle law in the state of Maine, these windows play a huge deal in the way that custom vehicles are done. If you choose to relocate the rear window, that is perfectly fine. It doesn't matter where it is as long as it is the original stock window. The problem is, if you get rid of the window, it puts you in an extreme gray area. The gray area is how many mirrors and how many upgrades you would have to your mirrors for your inspection station to be okay with putting an inspection sticker on your vehicle. Now, after talking with my inspection station, they basically told me that if I chopped off this thing, they wanted me to put rear view mirrors that were like something off of a semi-truck. They wanted big cojones mirrors on the side of it. Now, I'm sorry, but I think that would look absolutely beyond stupid, and it played into part of why I chose to do this. The other thing about talking with him was that he was very worried about maintaining the structural integrity of this for a rollover. And with that being said, right here, in behind this door, there is a square pillar that runs the entire circular area that acts as a roll bar. That roll bar does not exist anywhere else in the vehicle except for right here. in this piece of structure. So in order to be able to come back with it behind that, I would have had to have built my own roll bar, and then I would have had to expanded sheet metal to that roll bar area in order to be able to comply with what he would require for my inspection. Now, as we continue on with Mr. John P. Moultrie's comment here, Redneck Computer Geek, I gotcha. I'm looking forward to watching it. I watch all of your videos. When I was your son's age that he is now, back in my time, my parents didn't have money to buy much. Being the youngest of 5, I used to go around the neighborhood with 2 of the neighbor boys looking for lawn tractors or motors people had laying around their yards. We would ask to do chores for them in return for the motor or tractor. We would take them back home doing what you do by making them go faster to ride around the woods. It brings me great memories watching you remembering of my past. Keep on building and racing and making memories with your son, as it will last in his memory forever. Back to the sheet metal, I just thought it might have been easier on you. What does your state require? Just curious, please share. Thank you. Thank you very much for that comment, and I'd like to follow up even further there. So, as I'm sitting here, I'm actually sitting here on purpose. My shoulder on this side is the length of a Ford Ranger extended cab pickup truck. My shoulder sitting on this side is the length of a regular Ford Ranger cab. This cab in creation, I have made as short as a Ford Ranger standard cab. A regular standard F250 or F350 cab would be all the way over here where this board is. I've had a lot of people tell me they don't understand why I just don't go out and buy an F250, or why I don't just go out and buy an F350. Well, that is your answer. The answer is, I would only have from here to there for a bed. That's only 8 feet. I could have an 8-foot bed on my Ford Ranger. I need more. I need at least a 9-foot bed for what I do. I race and I off-road lawn tractors. That's literally my hobby and how I make a living. I need 9 feet, preferably 10 feet. I also need towing capacity. I want to get into racing. Unity Raceway is near me. I would like to set up a 4-cylinder and take my family out racing, like literally racing, not just going to watch it. So I need towing capacity. I need a flatbed that's big enough for what I want to do. Also, I have had a lot of keyboard warriors come in and tell me that I didn't have to make this. I can buy it. It's made out of fiberglass. Let me pop that segment in here. Okay, obviously somebody like me that's a fabricator does not just start into a project like the Van-Haulen build without doing some research. It is amazing to me the number of people that do a 5-second Google search to find out that they make flat backs for these particular vans, but they never go any further than just doing the quick little Google search and they see a picture. Let's talk about this. Price. Shipping to Maine. Total. I could literally buy 4 vans at $500 a piece, along with junking them out to get my $500 back, selling out everything that still runs just to slice the rear off another 4 times if I screwed this up the one time for the cost of buying one flatback kit. And that's including the fact that this kit actually potentially doesn't meet the requirements of the state that I live in. There is nothing listed in the kit for a reinforcement around the outside, which was required by my inspection station. The other thing is, I've got to graft it into the rest of the vehicle. I'm going to have to fiberglass it in. I'm going to have to do all the cutting, all of everything that I already had to do anyway. I'm going to have to go and paint it, sand it, everything that I already had to do. So why not just buy the van, slice the rear end off, and graft it like I did? Some people got money, some people don't got money. Me, I don't got money. If somebody had given me an extra $2,000, sure, I might have decided to graft it in. Oh, by the way, this kit does not include the window. So it's not just the $2,000 to get it to my house. I've got to install it. I've got to hunt down a window to install into it. And then I've got to pay somebody to do the installation of the window, because I know how to do a lot of things, but a window installation is not one of them. Okay. I'm hoping at this point I've answered all the questions, and I've been able to at least produce a productive video today, since the world apparently decided to fight with me on whether I would get anything productive done. But if you have any more questions, you have any more follow-up, I will post some links to the stuff that we discussed in this video, and hopefully that helps you out. Otherwise than that, thank you very much. I've got to get grinding.